Hi, my name is Dom and welcome to a brand new video on DomTalksTech. So we have a range of brand new Microsoft products which have just been released, upgrading that of previous generations of the models. As always, I'm going to give you the rundown of what's new and what has actually been upgraded and whether it's ultimately worth it for you. So without further ado, let's get started. But before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with all the latest tech reviews, hands-on and first impression videos. If you're a returning subscriber, make sure you turn on that bell icon next to it so you get a notification as soon as I release a brand new video. Thank you guys for watching and enjoy the video. We'll start off talking about the Surface Book 3. This is the creme de la creme, if you like, of the Microsoft Surface lineup. It's their direct MacBook Pro competitor and it goes into direct competition with that of the MacBook Pro. So what we've got in this new Surface Book 3 is a 13.5 or 15-inch display. This is a brand new display. It has Intel's latest 10th generation Intel chip and that's available in a Core i5 or Core i7 variant. We've got up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, which is absolutely fantastic, exactly in line with these new MacBook Pros which I talked about last week. We've got NVIDIA GeForce graphics cards, which are obviously fantastic at giving you the best graphics and can even be used for some PC gaming as well. And we've got up to 2 terabytes of SSD storage on board as well, which is fantastic. Now it is slightly more expensive than the base price of the MacBook Pro lineup, so it starts at £1,599 or $1,599 in the US, so it's definitely more expensive and there's not a cheaper variant of it, but it is a 2-in-1 type device, so you can obviously undock it from the keyboard, use it as a tablet if you want to do so, and also dock it into the keyboard and use it that way. And of course it's touchscreen as well, so you can get the Surface Pen to use with it as well, to interact with the device and write on it as well, which we've all come to love from Microsoft products. So one thing I've noticed that Microsoft are doing with the Surface Book 3 this year is they're allowing you to get a free Surface Pen with the Surface Book, which if they've not done in previous years, you've had to pay for the Surface Pen separately on top of the actual Surface Book. So having that included when you initially purchase the Surface Book 3 is absolutely fantastic, it's brilliant. The next device I want to talk about is the Microsoft Surface Go 2, and this is the upgrade from the last generation of the Microsoft Surface Go device, which was the first device that came in last year, and it's Microsoft's cheapest Surface device, which comes in at a brilliant price of £399 or $399. This is great as an entry-level Surface device for either younger children wanting a break into that laptop or 2-in-1 market, or even adults on the go all the time. The Surface Go 2 is a really good device for those types of people. So we have some really good specs with it as well. So we've got a new 10.5 inch display, which is slightly larger than the previous generation from last year and also has much thinner bezels, so it doesn't look as chunky as the last generation device, which is fantastic. We've got an Intel Pentium chip, and that's on the base models, the one that comes in at £399. Or we've got an upgrade to the Intel M3 processor, which is a much better processor than the Intel Pentium chip in the base models of the device. So it is definitely worth upgrading to the M3 processor if the budget stretches that far, because it will give you a lot more longevity out of the Surface Go 2. We've also got 4 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, so that is perfectly reasonable for the average user. And we've also got 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage. It would have been nice for a 256 gigabyte variant or even the 512 gigabyte variant, but as a very portable and entry level device, keeping the price down, Microsoft has opted for a slightly lower storage model. We've got a much longer battery than the previous generations, so for extended use period of time, and we have a 5 megapixel or 1080p front-facing camera, which should give you a really good experience when using those video calls, and especially in the current time period where we all need as many video calls as we can in the day, then that will be really useful as well. Building on that as well, we've also got studio quality microphones included, which should give you a really crisp sound as well when you're recording things. As I mentioned first talking about this product, it comes in at a brilliant price point of £399. However, what you've got to remember with that is, with Microsoft, as always, they charge extra per accessory that you buy with the Surface Go 2. So it will only come with the Surface Go 2 device with it, and you've then got to purchase separately the keyboard and the Surface Pen if you want the full experience of the Surface Go 2. So that's something to remember. You've got to think about you're going to have to spend a little bit more money than just that £399 if you want the full experience. Finally, I just want to talk about the Surface Headphones 2, and not a lot has changed in the Surface Headphones 2 from the previous generations, so the previous model of the Surface headphones that came out last year. Very minor upgrade. We've got now 13 levels of noise cancellation, which is fantastic. Microsoft has spent a lot of work engineering the feel and the ergonomics of the Surface headphones, so they feel really nice when they fit over the ears, and having that 13 levels of noise cancellation works perfectly well. And you can use the dial on the outside to change the level, which is also really useful as well if you want that noise cancellation. We've got a 180 degree movement in terms of the headphones, so when you're using them you can turn them 180 degrees, and so when you're resting on your shoulders you can face them down, so it's a little bit more comfortable than the previous generation of the Surface headphones. So a lot more flexibility in that way. We've got some slight internal upgrades but not major upgrades, and we've also got a brand new dictate feature which allows you to dictate in Microsoft Word, so you can dictate all your documents rather than type in, which works seamlessly as well. Best of all, they come in at a lot cheaper than the previous generation, so they come in at £250, whereas the previous generation, the Surface headphones, came in at $350, which was definitely on the pricier side of the headphones. So it's nice to see that Microsoft has sort of reevaluated that and brought them down in price for the second generation. And that is it. That is my quick run through and breakdown of all the latest Microsoft products that have been released by the company. So you can pre-order all of those products I've just talked about now. The Surface Go and the Surface headphones are going to be available on May the 15th, and the Surface Book 3 is going to be available early June. So you can pre-order all of them now should you wish to go and buy them, and they're available later on in May and June. If you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a like, as it really does help boost my videos so more people can watch them. If you have any thoughts or opinions, don't forget to comment them down below, and I'll endeavour to get back to you as soon as possible with a response. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest tech reviews, hands-on and first impression videos. Thank you guys for watching. Stay amazing, stay healthy, stay safe, stay inside, and I'll see you in the next video.